This is a session how we can manage releases in a program, in a portfolio, and show all these releases in which environment there are in the calendar view. And to do this, we have our discussion topic portfolio. Looking at our discussion topic portfolio, we can see that we have 4 releases that are in that portfolio. We can go through the topic view of the releases. We can select all the releases that are currently in motion. We can, from there, we can have a Kanban view on the releases and say, well, which release is in what state. These are releases that are currently being prepared. There is no deployment ready or no deployment done. There is even no development done. These are releases that are either in development, have been development, or in QA, or are ready to go to production, and they have physical environments that have been related to these states. So we can see that here we have 2 releases in the development environment. We have 1 release ready for the QA environment. We have another release that is currently in the QA environment, and we have the release that has come out of the QA environment and that is ready for deployment. He's waiting for approvals. We have an approval process that will be kicked off, and once all the approvals are given, it will go to the ready for deployment state. It will get deployed and it will go to production. So that's a first view that we have on all our releases. A second view that we have is looking from the portfolio, and at the bottom of the portfolio, from the portfolio dashboard, we have the view of all the releases of that program, that portfolio, in what month they will be in what environment: development, test, pre-production, production. We can change here and say, well, we forgot, for instance, the QA environment. We should also see the QA environment. Just by changing that, adapting it, we will see now that we have the QA environment here added. Well, it's not in the right order, so we can say, well, let's do some magic here and create a pre-production environment, a production environment in the right order. And we can also specify which are the topics that we want to see, because here we see releases, but we could also have major, minor releases, like monthly, quarterly releases. We could have fast track releases. We could have intermediate releases. So we can select all of these and have a view of them in a calendar view. Now we have the development, test, QA, pre-production, and production. We can see that pre-production is not defined for this release simply because it's still in scheduling and we didn't get an approval for a pre-production environment yet. We can change this view and say, well, I don't want a monthly view, I want a weekly view. And by saving this and refreshing, we will see now that we got a weekly view of where, in what environment, what release from this portfolio resides. If we want to go broader than the portfolio view, instead of having a view in the portfolio topic, we can have also a release roadmap, and this is going over portfolios. So if we would have more than one portfolio, we would see all the releases and could have an overview of all the releases that are currently in motion in the organization.